Good evening, everyone. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk right here in the Bear Cave. So I will be on maybe a half an hour until 11 o'clock. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies. Please hit the like on your way in. Let me know that the sound is good and it's relaxed, chill music. Analyze this at Unwind with Teddy. I see a few of you coming in tonight. I just thought, okay, I'll come back over to the Bear Cave tonight and play some relaxing music. Yeah. As I'm working on a few things, yeah, at the close of the evening here. Vicky Black says, sound is good. All right. Mimi Twin, I see you here tonight. Good evening, Teddy and Mob, and to all the rest of you. How has your Saturday been going? hmm Since I came on earlier today. Mine's going pretty good. Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Please be respectful and mindful of the words that you use in the chat. Right. So let's do a little bit more unwind here. What is this one? I'm going to tell them. It's just instrumental until I can find maybe something else. Sorry, let me just say this. So, um, this evening, as wait a minute. All right. Let me know you can hear me. Something about my here in StreamYard, something about my camera, or I don't need the camera on right now, but just let me know we didn't get disconnected. Anyway, all right. So I was organizing and cleaning up some files. I was. And I came across, so this is something just a little different. I came across an old video, a conversation that I was having with Crazy Lucian. Yeah. And I jotted a few things down, all right, so that I would recall. But what I've discovered really, and this is not okay, so let me see what part of it I can just say. Remember the accusation that was made where allegedly I was supposed to be the person responsible for giving her name, her real name, and her photograph to someone. I'll just say to someone tonight. Okay. Yeah. And I questioned her about that. I said, no, I never did that. I never showed her photo to anyone. I never gave her name to anyone ever. Mhm. Because she had, I, you know, trusted me with this photo of her. Well, I mean, it was a photo of her on one of her many trips. She used to travel. She probably still does. Okay. And recall that she would send me pictures from her travel. Do you remember that? hmm And I remember she sent me some pictures when she went to, I think it was Egypt, and um, when she was in, well, I'll just say various places, okay? Mhm. And one of the photographs that she sent me, she must have been someplace like in the islands or somewhere, okay? And it was this photograph, the only photograph that I can recall that it would have been her picture, okay, of her. Now she has sent me, pictures, scenery from the back and all of that, but this would have been a straight on full picture, okay, that she had sent to me. And she accused me directly of sharing that photograph in her name. Now, I kept questioning her. I kept telling her, I don't know why she was so bent on that I did this. But I promised her I did not have anything to do with her picture or her name getting out. Now, also recall there was this plane ticket or this boarding pass. I think that's what it was. A boarding pass that she had also mentioned to me and shown me when she sent it over, I guess it would have been Instagram. I'm trying to think back. Yeah. Okay. So here it is. She has sent me her photo, her name, and a partial boarding pass. Okay. To time between, way between. Okay. So what I came across tonight, it really did confirm for me that she set me up. And here's why. Because she said, when I asked her, she said no one else had that boarding pass. No one else would have had that picture, but specifically the boarding pass. Do you remember the conversation that I had in the video that I made? It would have been around the same time in 2023. November, December timeframe. hmm It was when I confronted Red Label about that, how it, let me just see. I confronted him. As it turns out, when I was playing, what was it that um, I was trying to put, go back and put together the pieces of the strikes, the original strikes on my channel. And it was Goodies, the name of Goodies' old channel, but it was an impersonation channel. Okay. And because I was talking about it, Red Label came over and then I asked him about it. And I finally got out of him. Finally got out of him that he was the one with that boarding pass. And I said to him something like, this was really important to me, and maybe he didn't understand why, is because I had been accused of this. And I tried to make him understand the best that I could. If only that had come out, if only that would have been known at the time, that was important information, because it was laid at my feet that I had doxed Crazy Lucian to someone else. And you know what? Everybody who was involved knew that it was a lie. But they let that lie linger. Somebody could have come forward and said something, but they didn't. . And that's what happens on this platform. There are people who are know that certain things have been outright set up or a lie. Mhm. And people, multiple people involved in the lie, to be hush about it. Mhm. Why she would put that on me, I can go back and say right now that I really believe the only way that I would have to think of it now, that she meant me no good from the very beginning. At all. At all. Because of the things that I was accused of and the things that were said and what would later be said about me on this platform. Mhm. I remember. I remember specifically Crazy Lucian said, I will never, I will never share this with anyone. Mhm. I wouldn't do that to you, Teddy. Mm-mm. Believe me, guys, I have receipts. I do. I have lots of receipts that I have not talked about, that I'm not going to talk about. But that, for certain, looking back, mhm, that was really cunning. As I look back at that, mhm, that was really cunning because how is it that then the person go to my known adversary with all of this? I've never done anything like that to anyone. I've not. I just don't understand when I look back. Mhm. And at the time, I wouldn't speak about it. Remember, I wouldn't speak. I was, I was, I don't know. I just felt um, a like a veiled threat of sorts. It was. Mhm. And I remember when a certain someone looked up uh, the police records and mentioned to their audience that I had made a report about Crazy Lucian and it included, was because people don't realize what she said to me, documented, that I have in writing. And it felt threatening. It did. Mhm. It really did. That would be before even, now let me just see. That would be before, I think, the first wellness check. A lot was going on. A lot was going on in that 2 month to 3 month time period in the summer of 2022. Mhm. I just didn't realize different players around. Mhm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. It was awful. Gia Papaya says she was awful. It was awful what happened. Mhm. You remember that messy mocha where it was just sideswiped. I had no idea it was coming. Where she was my moderator, and she just went from day to night. It was shocking what was being said and what I was being accused of to my audience. And do you know, I didn't even think to take the button to take and just cut her off. I think I was just so shocked as my moderator is this really? Is this really crazy Lucian or a troll? That's how awful it was. And I didn't talk about it for a long time. Yes, I had to be in shock. And then the uh I think right after I took the broadcast down, but then somebody made a video, uh-huh, and put up the chat and said, oops, you didn't move fast enough. Almost like it was coordinated. Put that up, and what did that do? To tear this channel down and to humiliate me in front of my listeners and my audience, and to point to my moderator and say, look, this is what Unwind with Teddy's moderator has said, that she's a fraud, that she's this and she's that. And certainly people would believe. It was shocking. I've just really thought about that since I pulled out a couple of things and I listened to it. That's an assignment in my opinion, that's what an assignment looks like. Because I don't have any other explanation for a later a video that would come out where Crazy Lucian, and I'm not talking about the first one, but with Crazy Lucian and Goody and things that I didn't know about until this year that I listened to this video. I had no idea. If you thought what she said the first time was way out of line, what she said in this video that I just learned this year, it was ghastly. It was appalling. I could not believe the things that I was hearing. I didn't know that really, wow. And on some level, it's 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 um it's there's nothing good that it happened, but on some level, yeah, that part with that individual ended abruptly. I'm talking about real threats. Mhm. I would never say anything that I don't have a receipt for. Where they accuse me of being, the other person. Mhm. It was so bizarre. And then turn and go to that. It had to be a setup. All of it. All of it. Part of the game. A very dangerous one at that. At least I felt, you know, and this was very early on because this is in 2022. I just didn't know what to make of it. Yeah. No, when somebody's saying, I'm going to catch a plane and come over from the UK and I'm going to, you know, sue you and I'm going to do this to you in court and I'm going to, yeah, oh, I can't even say. Totally unfounded. I just didn't know what to make of it. I had no idea. But underneath that, the reasoning that I finally, it was like a push and a pull. The reason that she gave me for all of this is hinged on me She had accused me of doxing her, showing that picture, and giving that name to someone, who would put it up on their platform. I went through all of that thinking that she was genuine about that, and she was not. That was all part of the plot. She knew it was a lie. I'm talking about Crazy Lucian. She knew I hadn't done that. She knew who had. She'd given the boarding pass to. Remember? She had given that boarding pass to Red. She knew that. He knew that. Yes, I can say it like that because all of that would later come out and confirm individually. A person could say, well, I didn't know I was part of that. I never said that he was. So then he was used too. But then the person was on the line when things were happening on a call. Yeah. He said he had his own situation he was dealing with. Remember? And I get it. We all do. But everybody was listening, and people knew. People knew the backstory. Mhm. And would let me take the fall for the big lie. Why? And I've always said it's fear, intimidation, control. But I wonder who's, and I won't say anymore. I'm focused really on Crazy Lucian, her part. Yeah. I was literally, and I'm not ashamed of saying it, literally begging her not to share things because I knew the impact. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you put that out there? Let people hear this conversation between you and I said, because she would just simply take it and use it to humiliate me further. I see it so differently now. When you're in it, you can't see what is going on. But I'm telling you, there was so much activity around emails and things going on during that time. Yeah. It's just I said relax, chill music, but I was looking at some of this. So now I'm just wow, it's 11 o'clock. See, analyze this. So this will be the part of the analyze this. It's part of me sharing with you an experience that for me changed the course of events. But I didn't really understand. I really didn't. I really didn't. Let me just share something else real quick. So, remember AT2 made a video recently this year, and he went off the board for 1,000, and he said some choice words. But then he said, I like you, Teddy, but I don't want to listen to you. But until you take accountability for what you've done, your part in all of this, you were part of the Illuminati. And I'm like, what is he talking about? Stop playing like you're naive, like you don't understand, like you didn't know. Some of the things, AT2, I simply did not know. I never had an axe to grind with him. Never. I never once said anything salty or faulty about him. Never. I don't know where he got that from. You never talked to me directly, AT2. I'm not that difficult to talk to. And then what happened? Someone would take the video and replay it and leverage that as if what he was saying was true. He didn't even understand the Illuminati. What in the world? I have never been part of Unwind with Tasha K and anything that has to do with the Illuminati. Period. I don't care what y'all folks think. Period. I'm like, until you take accountability, until you did what? For what you did in 2021. I never did anything to you, AT2. Not once. And I made it clear as far as accountability. Who did I say? How many times we got to go through this? Who did I talk about in 2021? It was Pinocchio. Y'all remember this. And I have talked to Tales from the Cult, and we've cashed this out, basically. She knows. She struck me 4 times. That had nothing to do with anybody coming after. I already had what I had with her. So I wasn't joining anybody's bandwagon to come after Tails. We had our own thing. And the same thing with Nosy Whole Live receiving some faulty emails that pointed to me, Unwind with Teddy, and she ran with it too. Yeah, I know when I talked about Nosy Whole Live. I do. I don't have to run from anybody or anything. But I was not, I repeat, I was not a part of the summer of 2021. I was doing my own thing on my own channel. I had no knowledge at all. I didn't know what was going on with all about the tea. I didn't watch that video the night Miss Tolbert came on Nosy Whole Live. I didn't learn about all that stuff and get into it until much later. I couldn't have told you what was going on with AT2 and down the rabbit hole during that summer. I could not. I get it. Maybe he thought because I was communicating with her that I would certainly have something to do with, but I didn't. I may have had an opinion, but I didn't. I didn't know him that way. I had not a clue. As a matter of fact, when all that stuff went down and he said, I want to forget about 2021, I get why. I get. I had nothing to do but support him when all of that, whatever came out, and whoever else. Yeah, Sweet Pea and who else was that person? I can't even think of her name. She's been around for a long time. Um, but all that and John Yates and all of that stuff, I didn't have nothing to do with that. Yeah, I was not part at all. I was never invited to the inner sanctum. That's how I know. But I would later find out about it. But I didn't know it. I didn't know about that was going on in 2021. No. Uh-huh. I only was on the fringes. Mhm. I know exactly now how and why certain things happen. Hmm. Yeah. I wonder. It's always a setup for me to get you back. Yeah. I didn't even know that there were all these alliances. I had talked about alliances, but I didn't really understand how they how they went on YouTube in this sector. Even though I've heard names and I saw some videos and things, I didn't know it was this deep. I didn't know that people were really on this YouTube in this sector to take people's channels down. I mean, that's, yeah, not just my channel, but that people, when I say in YouTube sector, you know, this is what people do. I didn't know that. Yeah, with ease. I'm talking about multiple people. I'm not, you guys, I'm not, remember what I said. I'm not talking about the case or anything. I'm just talking about some things in general about YouTube. Yeah. The culture is the culture. And I didn't understand the culture. That's why I'm out of place. And it's like, give me, yeah, hang on. Let me, thank goodness it was just a Christmas tree that came up. Let me take it off of autoplay. What happens? Let me go back. Let's go repeat here. So, this video with the fireplace, I had it on for, almost an hour. Guys, I have run way over my time because it went to the next video. Okay. And that was like, oh my goodness, I've been on way too long. And I'm talking way too much about calling out certain things. It's the culture. It's the culture. It's the craziness of it all. Yeah. And that people do carry, yeah, you're laughing at me, yeah, bones to other ones. And without, either they don't have the information or they're part of the problem. Yeah. It's like, why should a person be afraid to just share, just like this, without things starting a beef? You know what I'm saying? It's like cut it, nip it in the bud, face it. Oh gosh, I could think of her name, but I can't. It just, oh my god. Why do I have Edith in my mind? Oh gosh. Oh, she came on my channel. What was her name? Don't laugh at me, guys. The only because I let's see, what's her name? She came up on uh Sherelle when Sherelle World and Perry and John Yates, and she came up right at the end and kind of like, guys, Yvette, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Dear Yvette, yes. I said Edith. I know. And, she might hear that I said her name and said it in that and said Yvette with it or Edith and get all twisted up about it. Well, there's nothing to get all twisted up about because when I talk about someone, I would really have a receipt and I could play it back to you, is what you said. Okay. Um, or make my point. Not, not Pam saying that's Archie Bunker's wife. I know. But but isn't there something in her, like, hasn't her title changed or something that I don't know why. I just okay. Thank you. But yes, so I was bringing those two up, Sweet Pea and Yvette, dear Yvette, around that whole AT2 thing. you know, yeah, I didn't know anything about. I defended him. I was one of the first to say, "Hey, does anybody remember that?" And because that was a pretty serious accusation that was going on. I didn't even know AT2, but I thought, gee, that wasn't so nice. Yeah, that would be very harmful to him. But he reads me the riot act this year. Okay. But you see, I didn't let it get me all bent out of shape. Okay, guys, it's 11:22. Welcome back on Wine with Teddy. Yeah, this is supposed to be like relaxing tonight. So we have a countdown. There's a few more days, right, here in the year. So I can kind of, I guess, go off. I'm not on a script, but what is this? Yvette is not so bad. I actually like her. I, that's what Pam is saying. I don't have any reason not to, I up or down. Yeah. Yeah. It's like what I've learned is you don't know who people have relationships with. And if you say something about someone and maybe they have a relationship with another person and you say something and you didn't know it, wow, that kind of starts, yeah, that starts the either the beef or the bone carrying. Baby Juju says it has been relaxing, Teddy, and good to hear you laugh. Yeah, because well, some of this is I find humor in it, and then other things. When I'm serious, you guys know how I come across. But even in the worst part of it, I don't go off the board for 1,000, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not an irrational person. I do think clearly. I, like anybody else, I'm human. Yeah. And if you know, kick me or step on my foot, it's going to hurt too. Yeah. I guess depending on the kind of shoes you're wearing. If you have on sandals, it's going to hurt a little bit more, right? Okay. Um, I guess we will call this relax, chill music, but more of it was just talk, night talk, and yeah. I guess I shouldn't be organizing certain things, but I do need to do some of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the end of the year. And like your house or whatever, you do the same thing. Are you cleaning up, files on my computer as well? Yeah, things that I think are important, things that I think, can go as well. Yeah. Boy, I don't know what I'm going to catch after all of this. Um, but yeah. Let's see. Pam says, "Oh, that is so sweet of you to say, Gia Papaya, who said, You're the girl we all like." Yeah, you know what? There's always been that one person that everybody likes, in school, right? You remember that in class. Everybody likes someone. And it's the same way at a job. Everybody likes the one person that gets along with everybody. So that would be like who, Pam? Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. It is, we're an hour into this. I better stop. Sharon Salyers, no, it's Salyers, comes in and says, I have to replay because I only got here for the end. Okay, well, it's a little mixed bag. Um, yeah. Mhm. Lizzie Gia says, Teddy, we're here for you. Thank you. Yeah. I think it's the way I started off is because there's just were certain things that were left either unsaid or undone or not understood. Hmm. And it's like, okay, let's just put it out there. Mhm. Yeah. Don't get it all, twisted up. Yeah. Because I simply don't understand everything um, about, yeah, about everything. I don't. All right. How can I wrap this up? With a biggest bear hug goes out to the Grizzlies tomorrow, Sunday. And will I come on early in the morning? Probably not, unless I play some music over on Stationette or whatever. I don't know what time. Yeah, give me a break, guys. Although you guys have been giving me lots and lots of breaks in December, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. For all of you who are patient. Yeah. So if you'd like to hit the like on your way out, up or down, either way, um, join me sometime tomorrow. Keep your bare phones on. You know what? I haven't checked the email. I know. Let's see. It's like I'm afraid to check my email, but not at all. Okay. Email's good. Then I think we're good. All right. That's it for me. Uh, Vicky, thank you for saying it just like that. Great flashback. Flash good night, Teddy and the Mom. Thank you. Email me at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. That's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.